Let me show you how to make the biggest dagger in one easy step. We've been playing at the Festival of Legends for about 10 days now, and I believe that the new card hype is starting to die off a little bit, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be showing you guys some pretty spicy lists that utilize some of these new cards. So if you like this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to tell me whether or not you are a fan of, I don't want to say Rogue, but what about a Hero Power Rogue? How about that? How does Hero Power Rogue sound to you? Because it actually doesn't sound as bad as it may seem at first, although I will go ahead and say this deck is no Miracle Rogue, okay? If you want to play the best Rogue deck, I will actually leave a post down below for you guys to check out by Rami, who ended up hitting rank 10 Legend with Miracle Rogue that actually uses a healing card, believe it or not. So if you want the best Rogue deck, go ahead and check out that, but if you want a more fun Rogue deck and something that has a little bit more finesse to it, I would actually recommend this deck right here. And with my experience with the deck, I have gone 60% over the course of about 50 games, and most of these games have been about, 4K, 3K-ish Legends, so it's not like I'm going up against the cream of the crop players, going up against the best decks every now and again. But I will say the relevant decks are still popular at those ranks, and one match I was actually able to do pretty well in. Hopefully my stats will be able to supplement this. But yeah, my Death Knight matchup, I'm 9-7 against Death Knight, and that's because the Blood Death Knight matchups are super favorable, because they give you so much time in order to build up a really big weapon. You'll also notice that my Priest matchup is also 6-1. I'm 6-3 against Priest, I'm sorry. 6-1 against Rogue, though. I would say that Druids are unwinnable. I hate to say that. Druid matchups are usually supposed to be really good for Rogue, but in this case, they gain too much armor for us to deal with. And you also have somewhat of a favorable matchup against Demon Hunters. So, like, those are four of, I believe, the most popular classes that you'll be seeing on your climb right now. And I also do have to admit, this deck is bad into Warrior. I'm sorry. How could a deck be good in Hearthstone if we're bad into Warrior, Clark HELLSCREAM? I don't know. But it's the armor. The armor gain in this deck, the armor gain for your opponents and taunts are a really big weakness for your deck, because it's not just about being able to build up a gigantic weapon because of like harmonic hip hops and of course because of deadly poisons. The real MVP of this deck is probably a card you have already overlooked, but it is Air Guitarist. This card gives this deck an unreasonable, or not really unreasonable, but an insane amount of damage that you can deal, depending if you have the right card draw. Because obviously you want to try to Shadow Step this for as many durabilities as possible, but you also do have Shadow of Demise in order to potentially give you another Shadow Step, but more times than not, the best way to utilize this card is in combination with Harmonic Hip Hop in order to give you an additional 3 attack. But you get my point. It's all about the finesse. It's not just about making the biggest weapon. It's not just about making the weapon with the most amount of durabilities. There are going to be times where you need to just swing as soon as you can, because you already have plenty of ways of being able to make a bigger weapon. And that's the thing I really like about this deck, is the finesse. So when it comes to this kind of deck, it's very important to take a look at the stats, because unfortunately, all across the ladder, Rogue is not really doing really well right now. It's sitting at 7th at around a 46% win rate, and I believe that's a combination of people don't know the best Rogue deck to play right now, as well as having, experience with the deck, and people are just throwing percents unnecessarily. But when you look at the archetype in Legend ranks, Dagger Rogue is unfortunately at the bottom of tier 3. So this is a very dependent matchup where you want to try and get into the, the Demon Hunters and the Blood Death Knights. But if you're fighting a bunch of Druids and a bunch of Warriors and a bunch of decks that aggro you faster, this is going to be a little difficult. But you do have ways of beating some aggro decks. Totem Shaman, you're just going to take the L for it, though, unfortunately. That's just way too fast of a deck. And if we look at top 1,000, I don't even think this archetype even... oh, okay. It's still tier 3 at top 1,000 Legend. That's impressive, by the way. Even though this may not look that good compared to everything else that's available, the fact that this deck is able to climb at a tier 3 level in top 1,000 Legend at all regions, I think, gives this deck a little bit of a boost for some people, because the fact that it can even go this well at these ranks is still impressive to me. But if you look at the decks that are running around right now, there's only 2 real archetypes. There are some people that were trying to make Swordfish work, but that quickly dropped off just because there's not enough pirates in this deck. But this deck is gaining a little bit of popularity. But if you look into the mulligan of this deck, and we really try to see what cards are the best in this list, it really does start to make sense on how you start to win your games. So if you check out the Kept Mulligan win rate, we have Concoctor, Potion Belt, and Mic Drop. These are going to be your most important cards to keep in Mulligan almost every single time. You can keep Ghoulish Alchemist more times than not, but I usually wouldn't keep this card unless I have a Potion Belt or a Concoctor in hand. I would only keep Harmonic Hip Hop if I have a mic drop available or if I have an air guitarist available. I will usually keep these cards together, but if you look at the Mulligan win rate, air guitarist Mulligan win rate is really bad because you don't just want to keep this card in your hand in the hopes of making a big weapon ASAP. No, 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 no. You need to play for tempo. These kind of decks, it's very important that you play for tempo. Otherwise, you're just going to get blown out very, very quickly as you sit there with like a 1-3 durability weapon with no hand buffs. But I will say that mic drop is the most important card to keep. This is like your shroud of concealment. But the main reason why this card is so good to keep in the Mulligan is because on turn 1, you play Concoctor. On turn 2, you Hero Power. Very, very simple. You don't swing, by the way. You don't swing. And then you play Mic Drop in order to give your weapon +2 attack, and then you draw 2 cards. And usually one of those 2 cards is either going to synergize with the weapon or is going to help you maintain the board. So this deck has a lot going for it, and it's not every day that I decide to play 50 games of Hearthstone with a rogue archetype nonetheless. And I think the reason why I like this deck so much is because it feels like a puzzle. When to swing with the weapon, when to play your concoctions, when to go for card draw, when to just go for unga bunga damage. It's very important that your timing with this deck is on point. Because I will say that I believe a third of my losses, I think this is not bait, a third of my losses I believe were throws because I didn't swing with the weapon fast enough. And that's because I either top decked air guitarist or I just didn't think about, you know, oh, I could swing right now because I already have this extra durability in hand, so I might as well just try to close the gap. So this deck has a lot of finesse with it. It may not be the best going into the meta, but I had a lot of fun with it, trying to figure out how to get these insane potential lethals while also making a very large weapon. Let's be honest, large weapon attacks are always going to be really fun. But there is all the information regarding Dagger Rogue. I believe this is just a really cool way of being able to try and play a rogue deck that just isn't Miracle and isn't playing Draka or Location. I just really don't like those cards anymore. They've spent way too much time being played against me, so I wanted something new, and this was the only real new way to try and play rogue that isn't playing Pirates or playing Secrets. So if you want to try something that's a little bit different than Miracle Rogue, I would highly suggest this. And of course, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. I hope you guys enjoy making the biggest dagger around, and we'll see you for the next video.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Thanks, Gippo. I mean, it's literally 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds, it's chat interaction, it gets people talking about the deck. Why wouldn't I do it? I'm about to blow your brain if you've never heard of this website. It's called donkey.top, and the O in donkeys with an with a 0. There's no ETC in that deck. God damn it, dude. Trying to prove a point. Drew doesn't have ETC. Wait, Frost double undead? What the fuck is this? What the hell is this deck? Snapdragon? Who played this? What even is this? Boneflinger? Double Plague Strike? This deck is like highlighted. What the hell is this? This is the weirdest deck I've ever seen in my... Primordial Drake? Street Sweeper? Excavation Specialist? What the fuck is this deck, dude? Excel. Okay, well, I guess it's not proving me right, dude. I can't even see what's in the ETC on this website. Alright, I guess I'm wrong. Streamer wrong. Let's all point and laugh at him. No. It's Menagerie Death Knight. It's Menagerie Death Knight, dude. Did I see your song request? No, I did not. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. What did you request? I know that I'm the worst opponent in the world right now. I'm completely roping my opponent. He could suffer a little bit as I figure out what to do. He's Blood DK. That is... I think I can find that on Spotify. There we go. Alright, that one is available. Have I tried Queen in this deck? Feels like it would be nutty. I have not. Someone else brought it up, and it's just... I don't know, it just doesn't feel necessary. It feels like it's... like you just don't need it, you know? Like, look at what I'm doing right now. Draw 2... Like, Queen would feel kind of good. Not saying that it's wrong, but how necessary is it, really? Just hit him for 7. Nice.
Here we go.
It feels right. Feels right to do this. Because we're going to draw 4 for 2? Maybe if I would have waited, then I could have... prep boned, but I don't know, it feels unnecessary. But yeah, I don't know. Queen is one of those cards that I'm not too sure about yet. Because, like, if you think about it, it's flexible, right? You have Ring if you want to go for big weapon, or if you have to go for Colossal, then you have that as a comeback card. So there's arguments for it. We're definitely not shadow stepping this. We can at least throw it out. Imagine that there would be a card that you don't shadow step over Astalor, dude. Or, like, okay, wait, I said that wrong. Imagine there being a card you prioritize with shadow step over Astalor. Isn't that just whack? Isn't that just crazy? It's pretty much Draka. Yeah, Draka 1 mana. I think I know what the thumbnail of this video is gonna be. It's gonna be air guitars being like battle cry, give your weapon plus whatever attack. It's just gonna be crazy. Wait, wait, is this lethal? Oh, oh my god, really? Well, ain't that annoying. I really hope he doesn't have a Viper out of nowhere. That freaking Frozen Touch, man. Colossal for aggro is also good. Well, yeah, where Draka? I can't find it. I can't find it. My deck only has 3 drops that are lower. I mean, it's more accurate to say 2 drops are lower. Mic drop is usually prepped out, let's be honest.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Oh my god! Are you for real? This guy's a god tier gamer and I'm just his prop. Or is he my prop? Wait a minute. Dude, if I end up getting freaking Vipered, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry if this gets Vipered, dude. Oh, I forget, are you a type O negative fan? Where are you asking if my blood type is O negative? I honestly think my blood type is A. I think it's A something, maybe A positive, I don't know. Is that a band? Wait, is that a band name then? Type O negative? I like the band. I don't think I've heard of them. I don't think I've heard of them. They sound mad. For the love of God! Ow! Are you so lucky, dude? That's three discovers. 3 for 3. 3 for 3, dude. Ugh!
Our gift of frost shields
Stop freezing me, you bastard! Oh my god, I'm gonna hit him in the face really hard. Got 15. Plus Astalor. I mean, dude, think about it. Like, Frostbolt got rotated out, and then they just put Ice Touch in freaking Death Knight, which is literally Frostbolt on crack. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you freaking do it. If you find Howling Blast, I will accept it. Alright, if you find Howling Blast, I will accept it. But if you find Ice Touch... Okay, I think we still win. Hold on a minute. Even though he froze us 3 times, I think we still win. Technically, I can play this out. I need 2 pings to go face. I need 2 pings to go face. I just need 2. I just need 2. I just need 2. Please. I just need 2. Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god, we got frozen 3 times. We got frozen 3 times and we still won. We got frozen 3 times. In the deck that literally doesn't run freeze. He's gotta be so mad. I would be too. This is where all the hype moments happen. Wait a minute, this is a full Mulligan keep, I think. I like keeping these cards together. It just makes sense. Because then it's just suddenly like 12 attack with 3 mana. So yeah, this on 1, Hero Power on 2, this on 3, start swinging. Okay, not bad. Against Rogue, I definitely feel like we can do something like this. Especially if it's a mirror. Oh, come on, dude. Ooh! It's just going to be disgusting, dude. There's no stopping me. Just throw everything to the face. This is a face race, dude. Where did this deck come from, by the way? Dur made it, actually. Dur made it, J Alex played it. J Alex tweeted about it, then I saw Glory tweet about it, and that's how I found it. Glory played this deck in like top 200 Asia. I think he's still playing this deck, actually. Okay, as tempting as that is, we really need the damage right now. I could just do it next turn. In fact, wait a minute. I make up for lost times, and we just hit him for the 6. Yeah, dude, you are a pro. This is a great deck. And me saying that means automatically that by my definition of Rogue, I am a bad player. But yeah, man, I feel like Rogue is like the hardest class to build for. But once you figure out the list, then it all comes together. Which song should I request? I'm having trouble picking a good one for someone that's never listened to Type 0 before. I mean, what kind of band is Type 0? Like, I've listened to like death metal and other like genres like that. If you're worried about like it being like quote unquote too hardcore, I'm not worried about that. All right, so this finding deal 6 ends the game. Black metal. All right, so that sounds very hardcore. Probably not a lot of lyrics you can understand, right? Okay, this guy's playing. See what I mean about Queen? See what I mean about Queen? I literally might just be killing him next turn, and Queen might not be good enough. This might just be too slow. Oh, wait a minute. We can't... Wait. So this into 3 win game. Deal 3. Deal 3. We have to do it this way because we don't have the mana to play it this way. I don't know how, but find 3 damage. I'm kind of worried about lifesteal. Maybe this was a copium play. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. I don't want to do this, but at the same time, it does kind of fill up his hand a little bit. No, we should save this for later. With my future side, potentially, if we need it. Okay, but what do you... Okay, Dur, what did you take out of this deck for your changes? What? Why, though? Why coin? Please don't be lifesteal. Please don't be lifesteal. Please don't be lifesteal. Please don't be lifesteal. In no world is typo negative black metal. They're a gothic metal band. Okay, so what? They're like Ghost BC then? Like Ghost BC maybe in terms of like thematics? Okay, so as long as I find deal 3, we win. Jesus Christ, dude. This deck is insane. Or we'll just top deck Eviscerate. There is also that. Let's double check our outs. Did I need it? It turns out I did need it.
Delightful.
Turns out I did need it. Oy, oy. The real ballsy play would have been this to find lethal. Oh my god.